Good afternoon, Your Honor. Daniel Magoo.
All right. Mr. Gu, you are representing yourself. I do have to apprise you that you are before the court on charge of resisting and obstructing a police officer. That is a high court misdemeanor, or what technically is known as a high court misdemeanor, and or felony punishable by up to 2 years, $2,000 fine plus court costs. There are great perils in representing yourself in this. You have to understand that I am going to treat you the same as though you know the laws and the rules of evidence. I will not treat you worse because you are not represented. I will not treat you better or grant any favors or try to clarify anything for you. If for whatever reason during any point in this proceeding you wish to be represented by counsel and cannot afford to hire counsel, counsel will be appointed to represent you. As I have in the past hearings asked you to acknowledge what I've said, I'm going to only indicate that I believe that you understand English. You believe that the words that I have said to you are understood, so that we don't get into, you need to remove the gum.
All right, everyone, Mr. Mio is back. And he's about to find out why he seriously needs legal representation ASAP. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. This is part 2 of a video we did a while ago, and trust me, it gets wild. Now, Daniel MCU, absolute idiot. He flat out refuses to answer Judge Simpson's questions and acts like he's smarter than everyone else. Total smug, smartass vibes. But today, it's Mr. Mio who's in the hot seat, and let me tell you, it's a rough start for him. Also, can we just take a second to talk about the name Mio? Weird name, right? Anyway, this guy was literally chewing gum in the courtroom while he had no lawyer. That's a big no-no, folks. You need legal representation. Please don't be like Mr. Mio. But enough of me talking. Let's dive right into the chaos between Mr. Mio and Judge Simpson to see what went down today.
And
Thank you.
so I will not ask you to acknowledge. I will presume that you do indeed understand everything that I've said. Now, having said that, what are we doing with this case?
I'd like to move for evidentiary hearing or
You wish to have a preliminary examination?
preliminary examination. Yes, sir.
But do people have their witnesses available the second?
We can try, Your Honor, but before moving toward that, would the court be willing to make its inquiries about discovery? I am aware of the defendant having filed a writ of mandamus with the Court of Appeals of the state of Michigan.
Yes.
That was subsequently dismissed without prejudice by the Court of Appeals.
Correct.
Contained within that, though, there are allegations that my office has violated its Brady obligations and has not provided sufficient discovery. So I'm not sure if we're ready to move forward to preliminary exam. The defendant is saying that he doesn't have all of the discovery. That is the concern. The record I feel compelled to make at this time, though, is that the people have provided, I do believe, complete discovery to the defendant, and I believe that some of the representations that were made in this writ of mandamus that has been dismissed include appear to allege that things that have already been denied by this court should be produced. Furthermore, the defendant filed a motion with no notice of hearing attached to it. So there's an outstanding motion in this case as well, no hearing date scheduled. So I'm hoping that we can sort of reconcile both of those things as whether or not discovery is something the defendant is prepared to move forward, and if he ever intends to file a notice of hearing to go along with the motion that I received in this case on 11/22.
Mr. Magoo, your response.
My response is that I thought this was the hearing that we were setting for the motion. So if I have to set a motion for a notice of hearing for that motion, I will do that today, Your Honor, promptly.
What about discovery?
I'm ready to move forward on my what I meant by my discovery comment was that there's still no exculpatory evidence as far as that I did anything wrong, as far as anything that they've submitted. So if it was improper for the wording, Your Honor, I apologize, but my ultimate goal is have the prosecution present their evidence against.
I'm going to indicate discovery is complete because I don't know what you're saying. Because what you just said regarding discovery didn't make any sense. As it regards the motion, we will hear the motion or the motion will be heard on date of exam. We'll
Thank you, Your
deal
Honor.
with it at that point in time. So the people would have their witnesses available on the second.
We can try for the second, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination in person, January 2nd, 2025, 12.
Yeah.
12 noon, that is before me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And continue.
This guy right here is a perfect example of why you absolutely need legal representation. Not only that, but he's so smug, like he actually thinks he can outsmart the judge. Honestly, I don't get why he thought this was a good idea. If any of you have thoughts on why this dude is so crazy or irrational, drop a comment below. To me, he kind of comes off like a sovereign citizen. I've covered a few sovereign citizens on my channel before, and they always have this over-the-top, authoritarian, smug attitude towards the judge, acting like they're above the law. It's just complete craziness. This guy's in a case for assaulting a police officer, a serious allegation, and on top of that, he lost custody of his kid because of it. You don't just lose custody for no reason. But this guy, he's acting like it's no big deal, like just another day at the park, walking into court like, I didn't do it. Obviously, you need a lawyer. He's making Judge Simpson hate him, and honestly, I think everyone watching hates the mayor at this point. But this just proves how critical legal representation is. You see this way too often, especially with people representing themselves, whether they're sovereign citizens or not. It almost never ends well. And seriously, this guy lost his kid. It's baffling. He seems so immature and unstable that I honestly can't even imagine how he managed to take care of a child in the first place. Anyway, that's my take for now. I'll be posting the next court hearing when it comes out in January. That one's gonna be wild, and I can't wait to break it down. If you enjoyed this clip, please like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, Bo, take care.